It's not that, it's their religious fundamentalism where they don't want to have any Jews in that area. And if you watch the necklaces that they wear all of the state of Israel. So it's not Gaza and the West Bank, it's the whole entire state of Israel. And as a Jewish people, we don't have a place to go except that's our homeland, that's our biblical homeland. For thousands of years we've lived there. The occupation is done by them, not by us, but as Jews we want to live side by side with them. And so is the Charter of Israel, to live side by side. But their charter, the Gaza, the Hamas charter, is to kill the Jewish people. There is no moral equivalence between Israel, the Jewish people, and the Muslim people, apparently, that want to destroy us and want to destroy, I guess, any Western civilized way of life.
And what would you have to say to, for example, today I was a little surprised to find quite a group of Jews on the other side today. There were some Jews who were supporting the Palestinian side today on that side.
Politically correctness is a little bit of a sickness. I think liberalism is a little bit infective, and I think that when people don't know the history, they're more likely to basically make the same mistakes that we've been making along the way. And if you ask them certain questions about the history of the region, the countries, the demographics, they will not be able to answer you that. And it's a shame. I'm aware of the fact that there are people who are of Jewish descent and they lean against a certain way, and they believe that if we only give them this and if we only give them that, we'll have peace. But example, 9 years ago we pulled out of Gaza. There were no Jewish presence there. We left all the infrastructure of building a country, and instead of building a paradise where they can coexist with the Jewish country, allow access and come in and out, instead what we got is suicide bombers. Their contribution to this Western culture is a little bit dark and very scary. 9/11 was done by Muslims in the name of Islam, in the name of their Allah. And the Boston Marathon run was also done by the same ideology. And I think that if I saw Muslim people coming out and protesting in the name for peace instead of for pieces of land or the expulsion of Jews, then we would have a better world. But I don't think that this is where we're heading. I think we're heading towards a darker age. And the inability of, for example, of this president to make tough decisions and support the allies and step for what is right versus what is politically correct. And that's what you're facing, politically correctness.
And final question, what do you think should be Benjamin Netanyahu's overall plan to finally stop the rocket fire?
To defend all of his citizens, Arabs, Muslims, Christians, Jews, all of the people that are being targeted indiscriminately, and that's exactly what Hamas is doing. They're targeting any person that lives in the state of Israel, and they don't even know where they're sending the rocket. It might fall into a Bedouin place, and they've killed a few Bedouins, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and I think that some of these rockets can end up falling in areas where there are Arabs living in the state of Israel. And Israel does not discriminate versus Arabs and Jews and Christians and Muslims. We defend all of the people. We shoot the rockets as they're coming, regardless of where it's going to land. And I think that the Arab people should finally realize that 22 Arab countries is plenty of enough space to encompass where they need to live, and to leave Israel alone. This one Jewish state has Jews, Arabs, Christians, Muslims, any person, even gay people are free to be there. In the Arab world, it's almost what they call a phenomenon that they don't have. We know it's absurd. Human rights are non-existent in the Arab world. So,
I'm sorry, sir, I'd have to disagree. Personally coming
Sorry, thank you so much for the
you're very welcome, yes, good luck.
Personally coming from Middle East because I live there, and
Which
human
one?
rights, Jordan.
Okay.
And my mom is from Syria.
Okay.
And human rights is a guarantee in Islam. What you're referring to about 9/11, yes, they took it in the name of Islam, but Islam has nothing to do with it.
I agree with you. So what they're doing is they're hijacking your religion, which is, if you're practicing the religion, as you call it, the religion of peace, I see that there is a lot of intolerance with the religion of peace. And for example, Sunnis killing Shiites. Is that non-existent?
No, that is
Okay, right.
Yeah.
It's not Jewish people killing or going after Muslims. It's Muslims against Muslims. The other thing is, for example, in Iraq right now, ISIS, this movement of he's telling all the Christians in Iraq, and Christianity is older than Islam. and so is Judaism.
Yeah.
So all the Jewish community there basically have left. I think there's probably about 13 people that are of Jewish descent. They don't want to leave because Iraq is their homeland. The community that was there for thousands of years, that was thriving, now they are being expelled by what you say. These are your brothers, and I feel what you're saying to me, and I want to be on your side, and I know you want to be on my side. But this non-stop blaming Israel for what is happening, shelling from Gaza, Palestine, Israel is basically defending itself. And
When Israel is sending rock missiles that are exploding entire cities and cutting off hospitals, not letting people heal, what is that? When Hamas themselves are sending rockets, but what? Cracks in the pavement compared to destruction of cities?
there's no equality. You know, Israel is supposed to defend itself.
They are hospitalized in our hospitals.
So they're bombing them
They're
and then
getting
they're helping them.
water.
That don't make sense.
power.
When they're only giving, excuse me, but when they're only giving 30 seconds of a warning for evacuation.
Okay, no.
Okay, you know what? Yeah, I'll tell you.
24
But the
hours.
difference between Israel and Hamas is that Hamas uses human shields. They tell people,
Where's your
don't.
proof? Have you seen pictures?
Where's
of
your proof
Hamas?
that they don't? Where's your proof that they don't?
But exactly,
Where-
ambiguous.
you asking me-
I'm sorry, but in my faith, if you don't have proof for something, it's
Fine.
either non-existent or
So I'll
ambiguous.
tell you this,
When you come to me with proof that Hamas is using human shields, I'll support you.
Okay, then let me say this. Israel pulled out of Gaza, correct, 9 years ago. They took every single Jew out. Let me ask you something. When you want to make peace with somebody, do you say to him, you know what, I want to make peace with you, but I don't want any of your people in my land. I want you to leave. And that's what Israel did. They said, okay, you know what, here is Gaza. We're taking all the Jews out. Let's leave in peace. Peace, okay? Did we get peace? No, we got rockets. I want to ask you, in Israel, we have Muslim people. They work in Israel. They're friends.
And
Like you
in Gaza, we have Jewish people too.
in where?
In Palestine, there are Jewish people
Palestine
there too.
where?
All around
in
Palestine.
the West